Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. This is our final segment in our program series about Sharing Hands, a respite experience for children with special needs and their families. So we've learned so much about Share, and Jackie McClendon is rejoining us. She's the volunteer coordinator for Share, and of course Tom Jones is the executive director, and two more dedicated people I've never met, two people who have such a compassion and a feel for what you're doing. And Jackie, I know you have worked with senior citizens, so you've worked at both ends of the spectrum. But Tom, you've been a teacher of special education for 25 years in the public school system. So both of you have the background that tells that you've got that caring nature. But often, just because we're caring people doesn't mean we see these needs if we haven't experienced them. And so the fact that you taught students and then later, several years later, realized what a dynamic is going on in the families when there's a child with a special need. And I want you to talk a little bit more about volunteers, because we cut you off last week before we really had gotten through the whole thing. But in order to offer this program without cost, and in order to offer the different services, the services for the SIB shop, which is the younger children, siblings, and then the SIB Quest, which is for older children up to high school or through high school. And then, in addition, the respite care itself requires some volunteers.
Absolutely.
And so, do you give training if somebody is just interested, or maybe a grandmother who helped raise a child with a special need? What?
Absolutely. If they'll contact me, I'll get them a schedule of our dates, and what we like for them to do is to come and join us one night. If they just want to come out and take a tour, we'll give them a tour, or if they actually want to participate as a volunteer one night, come join us one night, see if it's what they think that they would like to do, and then we can get them signed up for orientation class and then get them scheduled to start volunteering with us. A lot of our volunteers come to us and they have had some type of experience before, be it either they're studying or in the education field or maybe in the nursing field, the medical field. But our volunteers, it's really easy. Our volunteers come in for the respite services, come in about 5 o'clock. We always serve them a volunteer dinner. Children start arriving at 6 o'clock, and then the children are picked up at 10. So by about 10:15, our volunteers are finished for the night. We have several different positions within the Share and the SIB Shop and SIB Quest. We have registration. We have what's called greeters and runners. The greeters and runners kind of help welcome the children as the parents are getting them registered and getting their name badges on them, and then they take them. The runners help take them to the classrooms that they're going to be assigned for the night.
And that's where you have a lot of your high school and college students that are getting some community volunteering, because you're an approved.
Yes, ma'am. We're recognized through the Texas Scholars Program and then the Legacy Program. We also have a lot of the students from UTPB. A lot of times are given extra credit for volunteering with us. And then we have families that come and volunteer and choose a night once a month, and they come and volunteer as a family. They're
wonderful.
Teaching their children how to serve in the community, but it also helps teach those children a level of compassion that they might not otherwise get without working with families.
But is your largest block of volunteers former siblings or siblings of
we do have some that are former siblings or siblings themselves that actually have a brother or sister or family member that has special needs. Absolutely. And they just want to come and be able to share their time with other children that are experiencing some of the things that they've already experienced. We do have our SIB Quest and our SIB Shop programs, and then of course our respite program, so we always need volunteers for all of those. We do have 2 big events coming up in a couple of weeks. We've got December the 2nd is our Christmas program in Midland. December the 9th is our Christmas program in Odessa. And we need all the volunteers that we can get for both of those dates. Shara provides a candlelight Christmas dinner for the families, for the parents. And then we bring in Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus and the elves. And the children get to visit with Santa Claus, and everybody gets gifts. And so we need all the volunteers that we can get for those 2 dates that are coming up.
And Tom, it's not just about, it's not about volunteers. We couldn't do it without the volunteers. But these events have some real purpose. Not only are they there to give recognition to, tell us about it.
Well, we offer the respite care on Friday nights from 6 to 10, and it's more than just child care from 6 to 10, because during those nights, parents can go on a date. Sometimes parents will go out to eat together. So we have parent dining groups so parents can connect and talk with other parents in similar situations. We have an information fair during a respite care night because parents don't always have the available information. And so while we're watching their kids and providing activities for the kids, they can go to different booths and find out about services that could benefit their family. The celebrations are hard, like Christmas. It's hard for kids with autism to go out into the mall with Santa, and so we provide the dinner for parents while we take care of the kids, and celebrations like Santa for the kids. And that way our families can celebrate as a family with other families and kind of have their own community.
And it looks like this would be a great time for these reluctant parents that think, oh gosh, I can't let my child go, to come and participate in a special event like this and see what gentleness there is.
It is. It's a great time for, if you're undecided, to participate in one of these events and meet other parents that are involved. And so we have parents that are involved in all kinds of different levels. And but this is a great way to join other parents and kind of form your own support group.
Well, we talked last week about the event that happened last night. And that was primarily to recognize and pay tribute to the students and parents. This has been so interesting to me because in my family I had a niece with special needs, and wish that I had had this availability at that time. But if you've got any questions, please call the numbers that are rolling across the screen, talk to either of these people, or ask for the information on some of the other parents, because this gives you an opportunity to get some first-hand information for a service that will be very beneficial to you and your children, your whole family. We'll see you next week with another program. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.